if you have snakes in your backyard, you can't expect them to bite only your neighbors. Eventually, they will bite the people who keep them in the backyard.
Indian External Affairs Minister Jaishankar recently criticized Pakistan for harboring terrorists and reminded the country that it will have to face the effects of homegrown extremism. Unfortunately, Pakistan, as expected, has not heeded Jaishankar's advice and is suffering the consequences. Several jihadi outfits, who had always been priceless assets of the Pakistani government and military, have now emerged as a serious security threat for Islamabad.
Pakistan's sort of strategy of 1,000 cuts for India and other nations, and this whole fact that there's been a normalization of using groups such as Lashkar-e-Taiba, Hizbul Mujahideen, the Harkat-ul Jihadi Islami, and all these kinds of groups that are linked to Al-Qaeda. Pakistan has basically put the globe in a precarious situation.
This potential threat was first identified 8 years ago, when the intensity and cruelty of the attack on the Army Public School in Peshawar by the Tehreek-e-Taliban shocked the entire world. Pakistan has since witnessed many more attacks on educational institutes, such as the 2016 assault on the Bacha Khan University and the burning down of schools in Gilgit-Baltistan's Daimar district in 2018. Last year's Taliban victory in Kabul, which was facilitated by Islamabad, emboldened several Islamist groups in Pakistan, including the TTP. Following the surge in several terror attacks claimed by the TTP, the Pakistani government has also attempted to reach an agreement with the jihadist group. However, last month, the TTP ended the month-long ceasefire agreement with Pakistani authorities and began launching terrorist attacks again all over the country.
Pakistan always believes that the neighborhood should be unstable. Given this belief, Pakistan has always thought that if the Taliban of Afghanistan comes to power in Kabul, it will benefit from the same. However, it has not realized so far that if you breed instability in other countries, that instability can have a backlash in your own country.
Several analysts inside and outside of Pakistan have criticized the Pakistani government for giving concessions to the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. These analysts have opined that Pakistan's morally impractical practice of negotiating with the radical groups legitimizes terrorist aims. Successive governments in the Islamic Republic have always flirted with dangerous religious fanatics festering across Pakistan and aiding the growth of international terror organizations. These terror organizations have now mutated into two categories. One wing targets democracies like India, the United States, and the European Union, while the other practices a violent insurgency in Pakistan itself to establish a puritanical, violent order that intends to wipe out the last vestiges of civilized Pakistani society. Pakistan has lost thousands of lives in the country, but still, the country has not changed its strategy. Failing to persecute several leaders of UN-proscribed terror groups, and even going as far as to ensure their protection, Pakistan is directly assisting the burgeoning Islamic terrorist threat in the country. Pakistan has long failed to take appropriate action to combat terrorism within and outside of the country. The country is now facing the consequences of its inaction, and those suffering the most continue to be Pakistani citizens.